it kind of vexes me because a lot of people, well, they're blind because they're not measuring the times, talking about 401k and investing in this Bitcoin and all that. All that tells me is you're willing to take that mark, when it comes. If you're investing in all that type of stuff and investing in the future here in Babylon.
Right. Hey, that's why the white man set all this up. Why you think he giving you all kind of stimulus money and PPE loans? Right. Hey, now you got something to lose in that day.
Right.
Because before that, you ain't had shit to lose. You like, nah, I ain't taking that.
Right.
Hey, but now you got a little financing. You got a little credit now, right? He getting rid of all the student loans. Right now, you got more hope. Hey, he making it so now he wants you to stay. Now he want to give you something.
Right.
Because you gonna be like, hey man, I can't get this. I remember when I had bad credit. Hey, all he wants is the chip in the hand, and he gonna give $2,000 a month free and clear. Hey, that ain't nothing.
And that's the trick in the bag, man. Because when the white man's setting you up for comfort, and them hard times come, you're not gonna be able to survive, man. You're not gonna know how to say no. I'm not taking that because you're too comfortable, man.
Right.
And all those that are being oppressed over this truth and holding this word, we're going to be ready because knowledge shall be the stability of the times. You know what I mean? Right. We ain't sitting back on the couch, just getting money for free. We're working hard and enduring this chastising of the Lord. You know what I mean? Right. We're in the battlefield.
Hey, that's just the snare he laid for y'all.
That's right.
Hey, he laid the snare out with a little PPE loan and whatever the hell else he gave you. Hey, that's the snare from this hunter, the so-called white man.
That's right.
The book of Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1, and it reads, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." And now this is personalized. It says, brethren, so this is not including everybody.
That's right.
You see? Verse 2, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night."
That's right.
YAHAWASHI is going to creep up on the inhabitants of this earth, man. And unless you're on your watch, or unless you're in the confinements of the congregation of the body of believers, you're within the temple, you're not going to know what's going on. You're going to get snared in these latter days by Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and his ways, man. You're going to get caught slipping. Jacob's trouble is going to creep up on you. Famine is going to happen suddenly. You see? The pestilence is going to just smack you across your face. Right. You're going to get caught up in the civil war. You ain't going to know what to do. You're going to have to suffer seeing your little one wither away like a stick because you didn't prepare for the famine that is said to befall the planet Earth, man.
Hey, Salakia, and that's beautiful that you brought that up because that goes into that lesson we did last week with that oil, keeping his words. Because what happens to those virgins that left?
That's right.
That door was shut when they came back.
That's right.
They were slumbering and sleeping, and there was a cry at night. The bridegroom came,
right.
And that's Yahawah for the marriage, the wedding with the kingdom.
And we ain't gonna give you none of our oil.
Right.
You see, you're gonna be left out there with no oil.
That's right.
You see?
Right. We try to get this man oil. Hey, he don't want it.
He don't want it.
Hey, we try to get that man some milk. He's spitting it all up.
Right.
He throwing it all up. Hey, he need a bib out
here. Continuing on in our 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3, and it reads, and here's the point: "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them." And as you can see, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has lifted the mandates for the masks in the majority of the places. And it's making it seem like everything's going back to normal. Then again, over there in the east, all hell's breaking loose. You see, you got Putin sending missiles, on Ukraine. You see, the bear's been riled up, Gog and Magog. But then again, over here in America, you got these Babylonians in the mindset like everything's gonna go back to normal. We good. You got through.
Peace and safety.
Right? Peace and safety. But what's it say? "For when they shall say peace and safety, then suddenly destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." You see, so you're not going to escape these calamities that are said to befall this planet Earth. The tribulation, the famine, the scourge. and the calamity in its perfection, those intercontinental ballistic missiles that gonna have your name on it if you ain't part of that whole boy record.
It's Salaki, and to tie that all together with that travail, because you know, I just asked the brother, that's the birth pain, right? And a woman has signs of that birth coming, but she don't know when that water's gonna break.
Right, the
you
contraction.
know? Yeah, so you don't know when Hamashiach YAHAWASHI is coming. So we must be ready, you know what I mean? We must be ready for that destruction, because that's all he's coming for, is to destroy and save his people.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right, because, you know, the prophecies going forth, you know, they're jumping off the pages. Those are them contractions, man. And they're going to happen more frequently, causing the baby to be born, man. Like, it's going to if you're not watching for what's going on, you're not going to be aware of the contractions that are happening.
That's right.
You see? You're going to get caught suddenly, like the scripture just said in 1 Thessalonians.
Right.
Go ahead, let's go back to that Jeremiah. Let's go back to
that. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord of the hope of their fathers.
Right, and this is going into how these devils try to round us up after 70 AD. Right, all they that founded us rounded us up and brought us into this slavery and held us fast.
That's right.
Hey, they don't want to let us go.
That's right.
Hey, they making a killing off y'all niggas out here working week in and week out for a $500 check, while they take home a $5,000 check.
Right.
Hey, they don't want to let your ass go.
That's right.
You think the white man want to get up here and wash dishes and clean up old shitty diapers from their grandmother?
Right.
Nah, they want you to do it. And they gonna pay your ass to do it. Right? So they don't want to let you go. They want to keep your ass a slave right with you up.
That's right.
And you don't even know it. While they running down looking their nose at you, some little puny ass man looking down at you like he better than you.
Right.
And that's why it's gonna be beautiful to destroy these people and put their necks in chains where they ought to be.
That's right.
But they ain't nothing but a cancer to the world.
Right.
And to they self.
Right.
Right? Go ahead, bro.
It says Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
Right, and that's what they think. They want all Israel to be their servants and their slaves. Right? And because that's how Israel acts. Right? Israel don't wanna be a ruler. Right? He don't want his own grocery store. And he happy for another man making his decisions for him.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Hey, and that's Israel for you. Be loud and ain't going nowhere. Right? But Israel don't want to make their own decisions for themselves. Right? Because they destroyed, right, as a people. That's why we need the Lord to come back and save us out of this madness. You think the white man needs to be saved? You think the Chinese man needs to be saved? No. Y'all niggas, Hispanics and Native Americans, y'all the ones that need to be saved.
That's right.
So this ain't for everybody.
That's right. That's what it says. Why is he spoiled? And Salakia, and that's what the brother should have asked. Said the question is, who is Israel and why are they spoiled? He would have learned something.
Right. Hey, but he don't even got the mind for that. Hey, that man been in jail so long, right? Hey, yeah, he's institutionalized.
That's right.
And that's what our people are. They Americanized. Hey, you could just substitute Americanized with institutionalized. Y'all niggas just don't got it. Y'all don't want to be rulers. Y'all want to be servants, like the scriptures say.
Right.
Is Israel a servant? Yeah, he is right now. Hey, but Lord will, we get out of this thing.
Right. Hey, Salakia, and I seen that dude walking around in the summer a lot, you know what I mean? And you could tell that there's more and more demons on him. Because before, he would just be normal, you know, with his little phone. I think you remember him walking up and down with his music and his shirt off, and you're looking at dude like, what the hell? But dude now bugged out, sitting on the floor, eating gum off the floor and shit. Like, damn, man. Like,
well, the scriptures say, evil men shall wax worse and worse. And this is what it is, man. Hey, those demons that get on you, and it'll just, everybody, it's like a party. Everybody's invited.
Right. You got a whole region of
Hey, Salakia, he said also, as soon as he started reading the Bible, he started getting all these demons and things bugging him. He started seeing shit everywhere. But then he said he go to a hospital and he turned everybody into a Christian.
You know what it is?
Those are more demons, right?
Double-minded man is unstable and all that.
You casting demons, you're casting your demons onto those people.
He's saying that he was walking up and down preaching the name of Jesus. That's the problem.
He's been preaching the name of the devil. You know what I mean? Since I was here.
That's right. But we already knew, man. Once he started coming through, man, Satan had to come.
Oh yeah, of course.
Had to come, man. And he tried to come here subtle and humble, but he showed his true colors.
And you know how they always try to teach you something? They always want to come up here to try to test your word. Like, oh, you know, I preach this, I preach that.
Yep.
Bro, you coming up to man of the Lord, man. You ain't teaching them. You sitting here saying you getting demons by reading this, when this is a cleansing agent for those demons.
That's right. Right? So how can, like, if Satan cast out Satan, how can the house stand?
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
And he's talking about, like the brother said, he started reading the Bible under this false name. He started getting demons.
Right. Right. And then he went to the hospital to cast them out to the other people. Because anybody that joined Christianity is vain hope.
That's what he was doing. He was multiplying demons on himself. Right. He turned into a legion. Right. He had it on. He's a walking legion. And this is the foul spirits that are in this place called Babylon. These foul words, the foul birds of this place, man. Go ahead, read that.
All right, so we're going to keep going at 8. Jeremiah 50 and verse 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the he-goats before the flocks. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her.
Right, and this is what we about to go into this prophecy. This is what's happening over here in Ukraine now. Right, the Lord is gathering up an assembly of great nations. Right, and those nations are Russia, right, Iran, China, right, the BRICS nation, which is Brazil, India, Russia, and China. Right, all these nations are gathering together against America.
That's right.
Right, because America is starting to wax weak now.
That's right.
Right, because America is only strong based on a petrodollar.
That's right.
Right, but that dollar is no longer has the same strength or influence that it once had.
Right.
Right, and these people are starting to smell blood in the water.
Right.
Right, and they setting up their own petro. They call it the petro yuan. Right, which is the Chinese dollar now. And it's going to turn into digital dollars, right? And then it's going to turn into the mark of the beast. And then you're going to see World War III, right? But right now is these birth pains that brothers was talking about, right? The contraction.
Right.
And this is part of it. It's war in Ukraine. And we're going to read this article a little bit to give you a little more information on the whole geopolitical side of it, right? Because this is what we do. We measure the time. Right?
From thence she shall be taken, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain.
And this is what we keep trying to tell you. It's going to end in a thermonuclear holocaust for America. That's how it goes. That's how the story goes for y'all. Right? Since y'all want to buck up and try to enslave the children of Israel, hold these nuclear missiles.
Hey, Salaki, and if I may add, you know how weak America is looking right now too? That they're offering Ukraine evacuation, and the president told Biden, we don't need vehicles, we need weapons.
Right.
Meaning we ain't trying to run, we're trying to fight. You know what I mean? So, you know, these people are looking at America weaker and weaker as time goes by, man.
Right.
And they're gonna get brave, and guess what? Destruction is coming, man.
Right, because a country is only strong as its leader.
That's right.
And America's leader is slow Joe Biden.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you what type of condition America is in.
That's right.
Hey, America's in critical condition right now, and these people see it. Right? America's on a deathbed.
That's right.
I got you.
And the whole world is ready to pull the plug on them.
That's right, man.
Just as they deserve.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, and verse 22, and it reads, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction.
Right, a sound of battle is in the land. Hey, when you turn on the TV, what you hear? Oh, Ukraine, Russia. Hey, that's the sound of battle.
That's right, man.
That's what y'all hearing now.
Rumors of wars. That's
Right.
right.
That's right.
What?
How was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?
Right, and America is that hammer. Right, even though Russia's
Come up.
they old symbol used to be the hammer and the sickle. Right? But really America is the hammer.
Right.
Right?
That's right.
And this place is about to be broken up.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
How was Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Right, and how is that going to happen? Through that nuclear holocaust.
Right.
Right? Hey, we not coming off of that. Right? We want this place to be destroyed.
That's right.
And the only way to destroy this place is by nuclear missiles. Right? All y'all gonna catch it.
That's right.
And we're gonna get into this article to show you exactly where we at in this. Right? Because nuclear war don't just happen overnight. Hey, these people they don't want to lose what they got. So they gonna start talking about it. Right? Before war happens, they have all these treaties, right? And now they putting sanctions on Russia. Hey, they only putting them sanctions on there. That's like a band-aid to stop a damn gash in your forehead. Hey, a sanction ain't nothing.
Right.
Hey, these people are self-sufficient. They don't need America.
Right.
It ain't like it used to be back in the day.
Right.
You can't just put a band-aid on it. You got to get out there and put some stitches on it.
And if I may add, Russia, Putin wants to go back to that old USSR spirit.
Right.
They were actually, they had no communication with the West. I believe that wall, it was called the Iron Veil. I don't know if you brothers heard about that Iron Veil, that wall throughout the course of USSR. They had no communication with the West, and he wants that. He wants that. He don't want no communication with the West.
Right. He don't
He's
want
trying to disconnect.
Right, you don't want all that propaganda getting into your troops.
Right.
Right, because this is how Esau do it, right?
Right.
You throw out some flyers, propaganda flyers, and it brings dissension amongst the ranks.
I think the Iron Curtain, actually, I think it's called.
Right, this is what Esau did. Right, he wants to cause dissension and question, propaganda, so he could demoralize your troops. Right, and then they go in there and slaughter them. But hey, those tricks don't work no more.
Right.
Right. Once we know the magic trick, hey, it just ain't. It ain't jaw dropping no more.
You know.
Now it's so what? You gonna still get your ass.
That's right.
Ezekiel chapter 38 verse 1. And the word of Yahawah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God, the land of Magog.
Right. And this is talking about God, the land of Magog. This is talking about the Russians.
That's right.
Right?
The chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus said Yahawah power, behold, I'm against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal.
Right.
I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws.
And this is what's happening. The Lord is putting the hooks back in these Russians, right? To go back, like the brother said a couple weeks ago, to bring them back into that USSR state of mind.
Right.
Right? Hey, they don't want to give up Ukraine.
That's right.
Ukraine used to be part of the Soviet Union. Right? So they bringing those hooks back into them, right? To make them go back to those old ways. Right? They don't want them to be broke up no more. They want their land back because they have the Nord Stream pipeline running through that. Right? And it runs through all those other countries that's with them. Right? So they want that back. Right? And they don't want to, hey, this is what it's all about. Right? Because Russia is the one that supplies all these other countries with their natural gases and oils and things of that nature. Talking about Britain and Germany, right? And so they can set the price no longer in dollars now. They can set it how they want it.
Right.
And America, now the middleman, which is America, is being cut out. Hey, and that's not good, right? Because this middleman is a powerful middleman. And he ain't playing that cut it out. He want in on everything. A nickel bag gets sold in the park, he want in. This how America go.
Hey, like if I may add, right, one of the nations is going to be hurting with these sanctions, I believe, is going to be England, because that's the bottomless pit. They got no resources.
Right.
That's why they're going to turn against America, because they're going to be hungry.
That's why the scriptures say that they going, would it say something about the mother is going to hate the daughter or something like that?
Right. And I also seen that Russia's the second biggest export, I believe, of gas, oil, I believe.
Right.
So it's going to impact, gas prices over here in the West.
Right. Gas prices is about to skyrocket.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Your gas is going to be about $7 a gallon here shortly.
And Russia and Ukraine own at least 25% of the grain that's market in the place right now, right? So if they're cut off, a lot of nations gonna be suffering in famine to come, right? And there's gonna be lack of food in your stores, and the stores already suffering already. Now it's gonna be more suffering right now.
Right. That's going to cause hyperinflation.
That family's gonna creep up.
Right.
Scripture says suddenly, so the storehouse will be empty.
Hey, this is why we come out here and do the work. So the Lord's will will be fed in that day. Right? But
Plus, like,
we're going to read the article.
when gas prices go up, everything go up. Every goods go up. Not only food, every other goods go up.
Right. Because all these things are transported by diesel trucks. Right? So when you have to pay $10 a gallon for diesel, hey, you best believe that your bread and cereal is going to rise. And it's going to lead into hyperinflation, something you ain't never seen before. So all y'all talking about you don't need nobody and you can do it all on your own. Hey, we'll see in that day.
That's right. It's like, and the people that are thinking that way, right? The biggest famine you're gonna get is the famine of the word.
Right.
That's even more important than food and gas.
Right. And one thing too, now we're gonna see if you can want to go to the store and buy some food and see like 10 niggas waiting for you outside to get your food,
Right. You gonna have people robbing you at the damn grocery store as soon as you walk out of there.
Right.
Hey, you gonna have to run to the car with your groceries.
Right.
And somebody gonna be waiting at your car for you. Hey, this is what we trying to tell you here. Right? This is no good here. You came here to get destroyed if you didn't come for this truth. And we're gonna read this article a little bit.
All right. This article is from the Zero Hedge, and it was from Friday, February 25th, 2022, fresh off the press. And the title reads, quote, "How Ukraine Fits into the Global Jigsaw."
Right, so we're gonna see why all this is happening over there. Try to make some sense of it through the Bible.
And this is by Tyler Durden, and it reads, "Ukraine is part of a far bigger geopolitical picture. Russia and China want U.S. hegemonic influence in the Eurasian continent marginalized."
Right, so Russia and China don't want the U.S. over there telling them what to do anymore.
Right.
Hey, they want control over their own, right? It's like if you get a check every week, every month, you got to payee. Right. You don't want no payee no more. You want to handle your own money now. And America say, nah, we don't think that'd be a good idea. Hey, you want stable. We want to hold your check, and we want to just give you $125 a week and put the rest in the bank.
Hey, that was going on too. Like, you notice how they did that while they had the what's it called, they had everybody locked down. They started giving people money. People were getting pacified. Right. So they was letting you know that this is the new standard.
They shall say peace and safety. That's right.
They were setting up the standard to what their plan is to get you pacified and dependent on them.
Right.
That's called universal income. Universal income. That's what they're going to come with. Even China and Russia are going to come with that, right? Because even though they're having conflict right now, they're still in the same accord. It's the same devil. Because all those nations conspire against us. They don't want to see YAHAWAH ways up.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they're not gonna put hook and Magog mouth, a jaw to bring him back to war. Okay, right. They're not gonna bring him to the ancient glory, so he can have all this power that he used to have when he was Russia, USSR, and then because they're gonna put him to war with Babylon. Right?
Hey, that's why it's important for us to rightly divide His word, because when we can do that, the Lord is recognizing that now we starting to get some understanding, right? We starting to get some wisdom on us, right? Because you can't rule anything without being wise, right? So if you don't have that wisdom, hey, we not ready yet. But once we able to rightly divide this word, and the Lord see we got wisdom, hey, then we might be fit to be rulers in the kingdom, right? But we have to show first and rightly divide this word, right?
Following defeats for U.S. foreign policy in Syria and Afghanistan, and following Brexit, Putin is driving a wedge between America and the non-Anglo-Saxon EU.
Right, how is he doing that? Through this oil, right? Hey, if these people need oil and America say, hey, don't get it from them, and they need it, who the hell you think they're going to listen to? Hey, they're going to start listening to Russia now. And all these NATO agreements is going to be null and void, right? Because America's not going to supply them with oil, right? If a dope fiend need a fix and you ain't got it, you think he going to wait for you to get yours? No, he going to be calling the next man. And he going to ask him for something. And then y'all going to get mad, and it's going to be a turf war. Like it be. Why you serving my fiend? This is what it is. Hey, it's just that simple, right?
Due to global monetary expansion, rising energy prices are benefiting Russia, which can afford to squeeze Germany and other EU states dependent on Russian natural gas.
Right.
The squeeze will only stop when America backs off.
Right. So they trying to say, hey, if you don't tell this man to get out of here, hey, I'm going to squeeze you even harder. If you keep listening to what he say, hey, I'm going to make it even worse for you, right? And now these people are saying, hey, man, I got to listen to him, man. I don't care what you say no more. He the one that got what I need, right? I don't like you no more. He got the best stuff. Go ahead.
Being keenly aware that its dominant role in NATO is under threat, America has been trying to escalate the Ukraine crisis to suck Russia into an untenable occupation.
Right, so America is trying to use their propaganda like they always do to paint Russia as the bad guy, right? When he's just the one that has to connect, right? The oil goes through his land. Hey, he's not wrong for that. That's it. That's what's well within his right. But now that he won't let him be the middleman, he turned to this. He turned to name calling and propaganda. This is why he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's right. This is why it says in Habakkuk, woe to those that covet fields, right? Son of that nation. Right? Somebody get that in Habakkuk. Right? Because this is exactly why they're going to have to pay for these things. Because they covered in the oil fields that's in all these other countries. Right? And this is how we know exactly who this damn white man is. Right? This is how we measure the time. Right? You say you want it? What is it, Habakkuk?
17, I got it. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 17. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee.
Right, that goes into the Middle East. Hey, America has committed all kind of violence over there. And these people see that, right? So they covered all in the blood of these Middle Easterners. And they taking note of that. Well, damn, look what they did to these people, right? So that violence that you've done is covered y'all. So now nobody wants to do any business with you. Now they ready for war. They're going to say, oh, he's going to threaten us. Hey, we got nuclear missiles. And we don't care what happened. That's what Putin say. He don't care what happened. Right? So for that violence, it's covering it.
It's like it, man. You already sanctioned the man. What are the repercussions you're going to do to him?
Right. Right.
Putin don't care about no sanctions.
No, he don't care. Nobody cares about, hey, show it now.
Right.
They're going to say, hey, they threw with all that bullying, huffing and puffing. Hey, now they ready to smack you in your mouth.
That's right.
Hey, you done backed the man into a corner. He ain't got no choice now.
That's right. It says here, for the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts, which made them afraid, because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it, the molten image, and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his works trusteth therein to make dumb idols.
Right. Nah, that's not the one I was looking for, but the covered fields and take it by mine.
Okay, hold on.
Hey, but that goes into these devils too, right? Hold up, we're gonna get the scripture for you, you know, about how they covet fields, right? Because this is what's happening here, right? America's scared to let their influence go, right? Micah, Salakia.
Micah chapter 2, verse 1 and 2. Woe to them that devise iniquity.
Right. And that's what America does, devise iniquity. Iniquity goes into all manner of sin. Right? So woe to those that devise iniquity, right?
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Right.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
And this is why America do these things, because they have the power, right? They the ones that came up with this nuclear technology, right? They the ones that have all these submarines and stealth bombers and all that. So it's in the power of their hand, right? And their bed goes into where they rest at. So they over here in America, right, with all this power, and when the light comes on, right, when they see something, right, they try to take it, because it's in the power of their hand.
Verse 2. And they covet fields.
And they covet fields. What kind of fields is that? Oil fields. Right? They covet in the oil field.
Right. And take them by violence.
And take them by violence. Right? But you can only do that for so long. And this is what we saying. Right? Russia is saying, hey, we ready to get violent too then. Hey, we got hypersonic missiles. Right? The reason that America was able to do that, because they didn't have missiles that could travel that far and that quick. America has a defense system that can knock those down. But now with the hypersonic missile, right, they can reach America's shores in a short time. You can walk right through, man.
So like, not only that, they got EMPs. Things will knock your defense system down before they even touch.
That's right.
That's why no missile shall miss.
That's right. They got targeting systems. Like he said, EMPs that'll knock out their targeting systems. Right? So they're not worried about that anymore. Right? So you're not going to be able to take those oil fields by violence like you've been able to do in the past. Right? Now you got to fight. Right? And now the children of Israel woke up, who's going to fight for you? Right? Nobody cares to see the white man dead. Right? That's the only way we get out of here. You say you got to say something?
Well, kind of, real quick as far as Russia, because I believe they have a missile called a satellite killer. I believe it's the S-550. They can kill satellites.
Right.
I was looking into that last night. And you know, it's funny you say that, because didn't I was in Puerto Rico, all the satellites that fell, like 100 of them fell. I don't know why they fell, but that's good you brought that up.
The Chinese got a laser that can knock out satellites too.
Yeah.
Hey, and they know, they ain't trying to tell you all these things, right? But they got it, right? It's all in the back pocket, right? As soon as they do this, we'll just shoot the laser and knock out their satellite. How they gonna communicate? Right? Hey, that's why this thing is getting deadly serious.
Right.
And the real reason it's getting deadly serious, hey, because the elected sealed.
That's right.
And the angels holding back those 4 winds about to let them go. And the nuclear breeze is going to hit this place. It's going to be chilly and hot at the same time.
Right. That's a good thing you said that, because like the folks said, man,